There's nothing wrong with assuming certain things. Just don't allow the assumption to make an ass out of you and me. The way you did in making this video without doing any freaking research saying I'm the one that called him a fake natural. Coach Greg, and in today's video, more lies being spread about Coach Greg. And so Derek goes on the Joe Rogan podcast. That's right, Joe Rogan. Derek's conquering the world. And they bring up the topic of the Liver King. And of course, everyone knows the Liver King's a fake natty. And so they go over other bodies that could also be fake. And they bring up the name Paul Sklar. And in that video, Joe Rogan says, now that it looks like a guy that it's actually natural, that he's not a fake natty, that you could actually achieve that physique with great genetics if you train hard, have the proper diet, and so on.
Who's that guy, Paul Sklar? Did you comment on him?
Yeah. He actually did blood work like immediately after I had talked about it one time.
But previously, Derek had made a video saying Paul Sklar, he's a fake natty.
All of a sudden you blew up, whereas the first 10 years, you look nothing like you did in your first 10 years of lifting, and all of a sudden, fucking 15 years later, you just blow up? Like, I don't know, man. I just have a very hard time believing him, to be honest, so.
I then made a video, and the title says, Paul Sklar, Derek got it wrong. And in the video, I said, Paul Sklar, I do believe is 100% natural. I defended Paul Sklar, said he was natural. Had hundreds of requests, do a natty or not on Paul Sklar, and guess what? I actually did one, and in the video I said, I think he's natural. And so are you with me so far? Coach Greg is saying Paul Sklar is natural, and Derek's saying he's not natural.
So Paul Sklar is interesting because he came up on the Rogan episode with Derek, right? Greg Doucette has made a video about Paul Sklar, calling him out, saying that he's not natural. There's no way you can do that at that age.
No, Derek did. And just so you know, the Mark Bell podcast is literally sponsored by Merrick Health. Just because someone says something doesn't mean it's true. Look at my videos. Watch my videos. Did these guys not even watch the video? I mean, I quite literally have it in the title. It's in the title.
Somebody that uses performance-enhancing drugs will look kind of the same. Like they'll get a pump and they might look kind of crazy, but the natural guys really change a lot.
If you're natural and you get a pump, you look way better. If you're enhanced and you get a pump, you look way better. Natural or enhanced with a pump, absolutely unbelievable changes can occur. Same with the lighting, same with anything. And you can't just say, oh, you're an enhanced lifter, and so getting a pump, it doesn't really change much. Are you kidding me? You guys have taken PDs. Mark, you know this. And so don't tell me if I don't take 50 milligrams of Anavar and go to the gym this afternoon and go and train, you don't think I'm going to look way better than normal? Of course I am.
I do like the way you handled the situation with Brian when you did that podcast with him. You asked him, he gave you his answer, and you're like, okay.
And so I didn't like how he did that. He's interviewing him and he says he's natural and he can't say, really? Are you really natural? Let's go further into that. You've never taken anything in your entire life. Imagine if I was the one to interview Liver King. I'd say, Liver King, are you actually natural? Yep, I'm a lifetime natural. Really, Liver King? Really? And so you've never been tempted to take anything? You've never been on HRT? Well, describe to me why your abs look so freaky all the time. Why is it doing this? How are you so lean? Did your testosterone levels drop? Have you been tested in a clinic? How many nanograms per deciliter are you? I would have kept asking questions, prying for information, and I would have been more of a detective. I wouldn't have just said, oh, you say you're natural, therefore you are. What kind of a good interview is that?
Paul Sklar, Greg made a video about him. Greg called him out and said he was on drugs. His whole audience started believing that this man was on drugs.
What? My whole audience watched me say he's natural.
Now, I think he did some stuff with Derek. Finds out he's actually a natural guy.
Is he inventing stuff on purpose to piss me off? Talked to Paul a number of times in the DMs, a really nice guy, love talk to him, respect his work ethic, and I do in fact think he's natural.
You were the only one that actually acknowledged the fact that I was natural. I think the only one.
Does he think that every video I do where it's a natty or not, that I say they're not natural? I've done natty or not on Will Tennyson, said he was natural. Natty or not on Jesse James, said he was natural. Uzuma Ozibikor said he was natural. Others never agreed. I said it. I tell people exactly what I think. If I think they're fake natty, The Rock, Michael Hearn, I say, I think they're a fake natty. And so how dare you go on a podcast and lie about me and my fans, my supporters. My supporters never watched me and said, oh, Paul Scar's a fake natty, and start blowing him up, calling him an asshole for cheating. Of course not.
That's a good showing of what a natural person can do. But my mind thinks that the only reason Rogan said that is because it's been confirmed that Paul is natural.
And so do I wish I was on the Joe Rogan podcast? Of course I do. But if they had brought up Paul Scar's name, I would have said, yeah, I did a natty or not on him. I said he was natural. I write him in private. The guy used to do triathlons. He's a great biker, runner, and so on. There's nothing wrong with assuming certain things. Just don't allow the assumption to make an ass out of you and me. The way you did in making this video without doing any freaking research, saying I'm the one that called him a fake natural. Greg actually said Paul Sklar is natural, went over his family genetics and how he was a triathlon athlete, retired, and then put on muscle. Paul is lean, but not a big guy. See, some people actually watch my videos. And so do you really think that Joe Rogan brought it up because of Derek? Because Derek had cleared his name? Derek did the opposite. Derek's the one that started the problem in the first place. And I'm the one that came to defend him. You guys should have called him out on his bullshit, seriously. Exactly. Didn't handle it great. Oh, I just go along with everything they say. It's the same as the people interviewing those famous movie stars who are doing those mind-boggling transformations. Hey, tell me how you put on 25 pounds of muscle in only 3 months for your movie role. I ate chicken, broccoli, and rice and trained for 4 hours a day. Oh, that's great. Hi, all you children, boys and girls of the world. Just listen to them 4 hours a day, hardest work in the room, get up at 4:30. You're going to look like the friggin' Rock. This won't age well. It won't age well. And so it's been, what, a day? And we've now discovered that you mix, mash, flip-flop the people who called out Paul Sklar?
Also, I want to apologize to Greg. On one of our podcasts, I mentioned that he made a natty or not on Paul Sklar, and but Greg actually said Paul was natural.
And so it was Derek, not Coach Greg. Derek on the Joe Rogan podcast. Joe Rogan saying, oh, look at this guy. He's natural. He's a great example of natural. Did you hear Derek say, oh, I didn't think so. Coach Greg said he was, but I didn't think so. Of course not.
Did blood work like immediately after I had talked about it one time, and it checked out.
So the next time you talk about Coach Greg, at least get your facts straight. I don't mind you call me a freaking cookbook, an asshole. You call me what you want. But get your facts correct. And if you are suffering from low testosterone before going on HRT, be sure to try G-Test and or 3-Test. Some of the main ingredients, such as Fedosia gracis and Tomcat Ali, Ali's favorite, Andrew Huberman said both of which can increase testosterone levels by 1 to 200 nanograms per deciliter. That is huge. I know tons of people taking this, and they're getting great results. Improved sex drive, more muscle, feeling better. Click the link in the description, use code Greg to get 10% off. You can do it right after this video, after liking it if you liked it. Defend me if you can, right in the comment section. Did you know I said Paul Sklar was natural? And don't forget, it's buy one, get one free time for the books. Cookbooks, the trading books, the Circle Diet book, all the books, buy one, get the second one absolutely free. Write the discount code FREEBOOK. Don't forget, I do cameos, phone consults, coaching plans by me and my team. Follow me on Instagram, Greg Doucette IFBB Pro. And until next time, I'm out.